What's harder, to win one state championship or to sustain over 20 years? How are you able to sustain big, bright light of a program? What's the ingredients for that?
Well, it's a really good question. I've been asked that before. I would say, first of all, I don't think it's so much about the coach as it is the kids. You gotta have good kids to start with. But I think that I've been asked over the years how we were able to sustain success, and I think a lot of it has to do with you have to have a balanced team. You can't. A lot of high school golf teams would try to develop their players and then try to be the best when they're all seniors. And I always felt that it was important to develop kids when they were ninth graders and get them better each year. And like we had most of our success when we had teams that had, I could count on freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So generally I'd have 9 or 10 players. The ideal situation might be to have a couple of freshmen, 2 or 3 sophomores, 2 or 3 juniors, and a couple of seniors. As those kids are getting better each year, you have a better chance to sustain that success instead of having a year where you're good and then all of a sudden your seniors are all gone. I think what I've found in the years that I've coached that way too many coaches look just for their seniors and overlook their underclassmen.
What life lessons do you hope your guys have learned over the years through the game of golf?
I think that you're exactly right about golf. Golf teaches you more about life than any other sport. It's a cruel, very cruel game, very challenging. Very seldom does everything go right. And so it teaches you so much about life because life is going to be tough. And what's interesting to me is I'd say 90% of the kids that I've coached, their goal is they see themselves, as the next Tiger Woods. And I tell them that the chances of that are extremely slim, but just try to give your best every day, just like you do in life. And you're gonna have challenges along the way, just like you do in a golf tournament. Everything's not gonna go right.
What is it like to see Will, Tucker have success in their careers beyond TCA? How cool is that to have been a part of that kind of on the ground floor?
Oh, it's been awesome. I keep up with those kids.
What is cool is just like you said, is that, and talking to other teams, is like when you're on a golf team, it's a very close-knit group of people because you travel with them, you're staying at tournaments, you rely on them to score, you're competing with them. It's a dynamic relationship. What have you seen, just over your time, of how the golfing relationship inside of TCA, how would you define it?
I think it's like a brotherhood or like a fraternity. All the kids that I've coached over 16 years, they become close friends. Some of them are out of school now. Several of them are married and have kids, but they still get together. They play golf with one another. Just the other day, out here at this club, Justin Thompson, who played at SMU and is now in the wealth management business, getting married early next year. He was out here playing with two players that just graduated. So here he's 10 years older than them, and yet he's a mentor to them, still playing. So I think it's been heartwarming to me to see those kids be close to one another because they came through the program and they know what it's all about. They know that they need to pay it forward.
You have a great knack of combining discipline and your players know that you love them.
So
how do you balance that part?
it is very hard. Matter of fact, we had, I guess it was a week ago Sunday, we had our year-end celebration at one of the homes of one of the boys. And of course, all the parents were there and a number of the grandparents were there. And so the very first thing that I did was apologize to the parents and the grandparents for being so tough on the kids. And because I'm a big believer in discipline, and because I think it's important in life that they understand what they need to be disciplined. And it's a key ingredient in the game of golf, that if you're not disciplined on the course, you're going to have trouble. Because there's so many choices that you have to make during a round of competitive golf, that if you're not disciplined, you're going to run into trouble. And so that's why I'm a big believer. And sometimes I've been a little too hard on them, but I call it tough love is what I call it. And I think they need that.
How does the school kind of align with your Cornerstone foundations?
I think it aligns because it's faith-based. And I think that I'm a big proponent of, if you don't have a strong faith, it's going to be difficult for you to overcome challenges, which in all athletics, nothing is going to go your way all the time. So, if you're not faith-based and don't know that the Lord's there with you during those times, tough times, you're in trouble.
Just growing up, did you play a lot of golf? What did it teach you, as a kid growing up?
I'd played a ton of golf when I was a kid. I started playing golf when I was 10 years old and played all the time. I played all of the sports, but I really enjoyed golf. But what golf taught me was, first of all, I developed a lot of great friendships through golf because I played a lot of junior golf. But really what it taught me the most, probably more so than any other sport, was just discipline. My father was tough on me, and I saw that as one aspect of discipline, but the whole nother aspect of discipline is how you would discipline yourself playing around a golf, and not just try not to do crazy stuff and try to make the right choices.
You've been a fan for a long time. Who have been your favorite golfers over the years?
Arnold Palmer, without a number one, and I got to meet Mr. Palmer. Got to play golf with Mr. Palmer. Actually, when Will Zalatoris was given the Arnold Palmer Scholarship to Wake Forest, I went to Latrobe to see Arnold Palmer to get him to sign a photograph and had it framed for Will. And so that was great. So I would say without any question, he's my favorite by far.
Is Dallas, is Texas, is this area on the forefront of the future of golf?
Absolutely. It's always been, the Dallas-Fort Worth area has always been a hotbed for golf. A lot of it has to do with the weather. But then now with the PGA locating here, it even has intensified that. Lots of professional tour players have made Dallas-Fort Worth their home because it's easy to travel out of. There's great golf courses in Dallas, and so I think it's going to continue to grow.
Give me top 3 all-time favorite golf courses you played.
I've played over 700 golf courses all over the world. But my favorite 3 courses that I've played have been Augusta, Pine Valley, and Cypress. Those would be my top 3.
Tell us about the Life Lessons program.
Okay, when I first started the program, I wanted to teach the kids about things that were more important than golf. And that's how I came up with the term Life Lessons. So we started having Tuesday morning 7 o'clock meetings and I called them life lesson meetings. And the kids, number one, they didn't want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be at a meeting, or 6:30 to get to school. That was difficult, and so that created some discipline right there. But the life lessons were all based around Scripture, attitude, perseverance, preparation, hard work, all based around Scripture. And as I think that over the years, we developed it to where it was even, got to even be more intense. Early on, I knew it was something they didn't necessarily want to be there. And as it grew over the years, I think that most of them got something out of it. At least that was my hope. And certainly I hope they got something out of it.
Finally, when this is all, when all the trophies are done and this is, your career wraps up, what will you miss the most?
Oh gosh, I won't necessarily miss the golf and winning titles or anything like that. I will miss the association with the kids. That's what I'll miss the most. And that's why I try to keep up with them. And because I think that's the most important thing.